Boy, that's tough, and I've already used several words, but it's been great.
Humbling.
Refreshing.
I would say it was impactful.
Interesting.
Enriching on both sides. I feel like we really grew and were able to get to know each other and a little bit about each other's story.
Exciting.
Very rewarding.
Called.
Potentially enduring impact.
Growth.
How would I describe this experience in one word? I guess I'd go with awesome.
I think what surprised me was some of the insights and questions that my student had already started to think through and process through. She had contemplated so much more than I had anticipated, and so it was cool hearing her thoughts and insights.
How normal it was. It was just like hanging out with another Christian and how do you move on and advance in your faith? And I thought that was pretty cool.
I learned so much about my own faith and the journey that I went through.
To see that in this generation, that there are men of God being brought up that have a head on their shoulders, that understand the reality of God in their life and how their faith is their own.
I think what really surprised me was the relationship I was able to build with Noah over the weeks, and the relationship with all these freshmen that normally I wouldn't be able to become friends with without this experience.
What surprised me was how well I was able to connect with my mentee. Even though we weren't as close before, I would really feel like we connected well and got to be a lot closer and talk about things that were super important.
The number of issues that are going on in kids' lives, it was a real reminder that we need to be present for our kids.
Just the maturity level of the students and how gifted they are and how far along they are compared to where I was when I was 14 years old.
The thing that surprised me is that my faith took a step forward throughout this process.
There was one discussion we had where he was sharing how he came to faith, and I learned from that our faith journey isn't just always a straight road, but there are various paths that we take off that road, and that it is God who brings us back onto the pathway.
That if they're at all like me and a little bit unsure of kind of what the process would be like, is just to go ahead and do it.
I think this is really a unique opportunity because you actually get to meet a lot of the youth, you get to meet the other mentors, and really see the growth in their faith.
It was a really great experience, and it's really wonderful to get connected to the youth group.
I'd say that this is a great way to talk to someone about their faith and really grow in your faith with them.
I think it's mutual learning. I think it's an opportunity for us to step back and look at our own faith.
I would tell them that if they are willing to make the commitment and actually go for it, put everything they got into it, it was the most rewarding experience they could do.
I would say you don't know it yet, but you're going to be a mentor. You should totally get involved next year and help out. There's a bunch of kids that really would like to meet more people in the church, and you should be one of them.